Cool.
All right, it says we're live. I don't know if we actually are or
Fingers
not.
crossed.
Fingers crossed. All right, what's up, guys? Happy Friday. Sorry I've been gone so long. It's because of Holy Week and power outages and a whole bunch of BS that no one really cares about. So we're gonna get right to the topic at hand. But first, a little bit of uplifting news. In uplifting news, it turns out Fatboy Slim is going to be holding a concert for healthcare workers. Yay, Fatboy Slim. The 90s. All right, but forget about that. Let's get right to it. All right, guys. Here we go. Let's do introductions. Steve, say hi.
Yes. Hi, I'm Steve.
All right, that's Steve.
That was easy.
Tommy, say hi.
What's up, y'all? Tommy.
Hey, Timmy, say hi.
Hey, Timmy D here. How you doing, boys and girls?
And girls, that's right. So Timmy's the newbie here. This is Timmy's first time on the Michael Show with Michael DePrima, but he's been talked about. And Tim is the chief marketing officer of the Michael Show with Michael DePrima. In fact, he just got a new sponsor. What was the sponsor again, Tim? Do you
What was it? BK and J's Family Fun Center. Yeah. They do a hell of a job up there. Ooh.
You couldn't get Jane.
That's as good as it
get
gets.
him. All right, so we are let's just go right into it. We're going to talk a little bit about Abducted in Plain Sight. Now, folks out there, you've had about a week and a half to research it and watch it. It's only an hour and a half. We're going to start talking about it right now. Tim,
there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we'll go to Tim first. Tim, what the heck, man? What did you think? Because you had never seen it up until we said watch this.
That's right. I did that. I did my homework on that, and I watched it, and it just blew me away because it keeps building and building and building. Every time you think, well, that's as bad as it can get, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Yeah.
I think the name of the show should have been WTF, and I'm being politically correct. Because every time, you said, like, it would just get to one point, and you go, what the? And then it would go to another, you'd be like, what the? It would just every time. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah.
So, all right. I got a list here of kind of like chronological order of how things have gone in the show. So one of the first things, oh man, this is going to be crazy. All right. So the first thing you see is it opens with that really creepy voiceover of taped recordings that they have of this guy talking to this girl. He used to like tape record everything. So freaking creepy. And that's not even like, that's one of many warning signs. But so it opens with like the creepy, like, we're sitting in the sun and we're, like, oh, so weird. And all right. So, Pocatello, Idaho. That's where it all took place.
Podunk.
That right
might
there,
as well be called Podunk, Idaho.
Right. But that right there tells you, like, you know what you're in for right from go, right from 21 Jump Street. Yeah.
Probably like not very populated. People.
Were they Mormons?
They were Mormons, and it was one of those towns where everyone had a small business. Like the father was a florist of the main family. Yeah. Bob. He was a florist. It was probably like tight religious community, and then everyone went to church, got in everyone else's business, and then this guy moved in. So so this guy comes up, he's got like this cult-like charisma, right? It's got to be cult-like.
Sure.
Well, but how?
But maybe it's not, because apparently he tried like a bunch of different families before he settled on this family because they were an easy target.
But let me throw this at you, Mike. Just back to the fact of describing that podunk town. I think part of the reason this happened was because it was in a podunk town, meaning the naive, how do you say it, naivete of the people in this. Yeah, naivety, whatever it is.
1970s?
Of these people. Yeah. It was the time.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like 1972.
Don't lock your doors.
Right.
We know
we don't lock our doors.
We know each other.
They never saw evil like this before. Sure. And that is, so they didn't know it existed. So I think that's what sets the stage for this.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So this guy moves in next door. He's got this cult-like charisma, and he takes a liking to this this family, probably because he sees that he's able to manipulate them.
Yeah.
And he starts essentially dating this girl, this 10-year-old girl. He takes her on trips. He took her on a family vacation, and he gave her allergy pills. And then she started feeling woozy at the table. And he was like, "Oh, I got to take her home. I got to take her home." And he would take her back to the hotel room.
Yeah.
No one thinks.
In front of his wife. In front of his wife. In front of his. He has a family too. He's not just some drifter. He's a guy with a family, goes to church, has a business. Yep. And that's the other part. That whole half they really don't even get into is his family, right? Which is really crazy.
Wasn't it under the guise of some kind of like he's going to take her on a horse ride or some kind of
horse ride? That's the first abduction. So because the first.
How do you like I have kids, and I mean it wasn't the 70s, but like how would you ever relinquish control of your child?
Yes. Yeah. So they thought he was good people. Like Chris, remember when he first moved in, he sent them like gift baskets or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, it's great. It's great to make your acquaintance," and like all this like suave stuff. Yeah. And they were like, and even the father was like, "Oh, this is a real fancy. This is a real fancy man.
Yeah, fancy man." Super fancy.
So he was a florist. So if that's not a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, the way that this guy gets manipulates his family, he starts like taking a liking to the wife and starts like having a friendship and opening up, having these intimate conversations with the father.
Right. But
go ahead, Tom.
I want to ask you, does any of that play into this at all in reality? Except for the fact is, from my perspective, all he wanted to do, if you cut it all down, was molest this particular girl. So everything he did,
liked this girl.
Like get close with the father, get close with the mother,
was to get private time.
The motivation was to molest this particular girl. That's how I saw it. Is that? I don't think he really liked the family. He is a pedophile.
It's not that he liked the family. The family was easy. Steve, what do you think?
I mean, I think it was. I think he. I don't want to mess up the chronology of this, but I know that he ends up having an affair with the mother, having an affair with the father, and I think those two things, I think, is almost like a way to kind of like a dog marking its territory. Like he almost has kind of power. Yeah. It's a power trip more than anything, I would think.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
Yeah.
Absolutely
and
crazy.
They say in there too, one of the reasons for that was to break the bond between the mother and father apart. So if he screws around with one, screws around with the other, he could break them apart and then eventually get to his main goal, which is the little girl. Because he is a pedophile.
Such evil thinking. Like, who thinks?
So he started with the mother. She was the first one. He was like, you test that. Oh, can I get away with a relationship with the mom? Because that's the first thing you have to get out of the way. Then he was like, oh, then can I manipulate the father in a certain way? And I mean, that Bob was pretty easy to manipulate.
That might be a whole show. That might be a whole show in and of itself.
It should be.
Which one took longer to bed down?
Yeah, right.
The father or the daughter? Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh man,
dude, how much did you cringe when the dad was telling the story of releasing
and that
him?
Was the first time he ever said it. I don't even know if the documentary filmmakers knew that happened.
They didn't.
Yeah, that was a big twist. That was the hugest twist in the film. I was holy shit.
Timmy.
I was
no, that's fine.
Well, the dad. Imagine us. We're all buddies, and we're driving out somewhere, and one of you guys says, "Hey, my wife ain't doing it for me anymore. Can you help me out?" Now, the father, as far as I know, was not homosexual.
Well,
but he goes for it. Yeah, this guy's so charismatic. He's such
all right. If
just like the mom, she's the same thing. It's like, and the bottom line is this guy's like, he looks like a beefsteak tomato, for God's sakes. I don't know what
Is that a good thing or a bad?
What is his supernatural hold? He has some kind of supernatural hold on
He's got the Kavorka.
everybody. I don't know.
He's got the
I think
Kavorka.
he's the strange and mysterious outsider, and they're in this weird little closed,
They're in this weird bubble.
podunk town. Yeah.
Sore.
Yeah.
All right, so it started with the mother. Then with the father, do you think he was just like, oh, I guess, let me see how far I can get with this? Oh man, is Mitch? No, that's Moomin. Ooh, the Moomin's on.
Ooh, that Cooman.
Ooh, the Moomin's Coomin. All right, so this was like 1972, 1973 when he was working on the mom and the dad.
Yes.
Then he got the dad. He was like, oh, I was abused as a child, and my therapist tells me that I need to lay in bed with underage girls.
Yeah.
But hold on, Mike.
Insane.
Wait, can we back up right now? Because I think that part of it, tell me if this is chronologically correct. I think that part of it came in after he already kidnapped the daughter once, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we
I
skipped
think
over
so.
a whole part that he kidnapped their daughter for 2 months or something like that. That's or
Oh yeah,
5 weeks.
when he went to Mexico, that was no.
Yeah, he kidnapped her and they got her out of a Mexican jail, and then he was allowed to come back in bed with her.
But before he did all that, I think he was sleeping in this because he built a wall between her and her sister's room so they could be alone.
Right.
Correct.
What?
Correct.
And they let him like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, just build a wall.
But
girls
how
need their privacy.
How as a parent do you claim I have some kind of psychological issue and I need to creep around with your daughter in her bed when she's like 12 years old?
People were educated differently then. Like we know that if someone might have early childhood trauma or if someone,
They bought it. They bought it.
I grew up in the 70s. My mom wouldn't let me go to the bathroom in somebody else's house.
Yeah.
But you didn't grow. But you didn't grow up in the.
Like having someone sleep in my bed. I mean, forget it. No way.
You're right. You're right.
The psychologist said
you're right.
it's okay. It's okay. The psychiatrist said it's okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't even a psychiatrist. They didn't even look into it. He's like, oh, you could call him. And that was like, nah, you're good.
We trust.
And there's no way my dad would let anybody wank him off either, by the way.
It's just, hey.
Even if they went for a drive in the car.
This guy was very charismatic, apparently.
Yeah, he was very charismatic.
How nice was his car?
He describes, the father describes him as like effervescent. He had some kind of.
He even said effervescent.
But it's a supernatural anomaly.
And he owned a flower shop. He was a florist.
Right, he's halfway. Yeah, he's halfway into the dipping his toe in that experimental pool. For sure.
Oh, Bill Keller finally got online. Bill Keller wants everyone to know he's here. Bill Keller's here.
Is he in his hot tub?
Bill?
Yeah, Bill, are you doing this from your hot tub? Actually, Bill, get on Skype. Call in from your hot tub. That'll be
good.
He's swimming with the dolphins.
Yeah.
Put down the Moscow Mule. Join the party.
Yep.
Sorry, Mike, not to interrupt, but did you guys get the text from Tui? Did you guys get the Tui text?
Oh, what did he just say?
It's a picture of his kid watching with all 4 of us. Hold on a second.
Yes.
And he says his kid's a big fan. He's a big fan.
He's a big fan.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
Michael, before you go any further,
Yeah.
I would just like, and I'm sure we all feel the same way. God bless these parents. I mean, as far as you can have an opinion about how insane what happened was, but like, it's painful. It hurts. It's hurtful.
Because they were being taken advantage of. 100%, they were being taken advantage of.
Yeah. We're not trying to make jackasses out of these people. They got played, and it's so horrible.
But Tim, think about it too. I mean, like, fool me once, my fault. Whatever is it? Fool me twice. My fault. Whatever your fault. My fault.
But 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I know we didn't get there, Mike. I'm not jumping ahead. But the part that's unbelievable about this whole documentary is the fact how many times they allowed him back into their life to take everything over. He had kidnapped her daughter, brought her to Mexico, told her she was in a spaceship, did all this crazy stuff. And even after that, a bunch of this stuff happened, which I won't go into yet. But I mean, that's the part that you just can't get your head around.
All right, so
Right.
he slept with her 4 times a week until 1974 when he abducted her for the first time.
Jeez.
So it was 4 to 6, but I caution on the side of error.
The low end.
Can I ask you guys? Let me get you guys your opinion
Sure.
about this. So there was in the story. What's amazing is there was supposedly an alien talk box involved.
Yeah, Zeta and Zethra. It was Zeta
It
and
was
Zethra.
Dangler's
But-
voice.
But that, do you believe that was a real happening, or was that made up in a small child's memory? You know,
No,
like.
I think it happened.
No, it happened. He
I
did
think
that.
that's what he used. I think he used that to manipulate her.
But
Yeah.
eventually she says that he did it in their home.
So
their home,
look,
Nobody heard him creeping around. What's
6 girls total. 6 girls total came forward saying that this person, that B, abused them.
Yeah.
And more than one of them, this isn't in the documentary, but more than one of them said that he used the alien story.
Right. This
And it
wasn't
was the
first-
70s. Like
Child
aliens
Sure.
were the rage
Oh,
for a while.
of course,
Area 51.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
True.
it was all the rage. So he had used this before. He knew this worked. I don't know if these girls who are women now happened before the documentary, but it seems like many of them happened after when he lost interest. But okay,
Yeah.
so then he faked his own abduction. He took her to horse riding. He faked their abduction.
Bloodied himself up.
Bloodied himself up.
Yeah.
Cut his arm and pretended he got all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And then disappeared to
it's
Mexico.
horrible. Yes.
And
Disappeared.
let me see if I wrote down how long. It was weeks. It was weeks.
5, I think. 5 weeks? Something like that.
And then he picked her up in the motorhome, drove to Mexico, and in the motorhome he played these alien tapes and told her you are took the Jesus story and made it aliens. Took the you're now pregnant. You are going to give birth to your father isn't your father. That's what he said. Your father isn't your father. Your mother is your mother, but your father is an alien. You are going to give birth to the alien Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's what he told her.
Yeah. Yeah. So we could have sex with her. Though.
Yes.
So we could have
and
sex.
he was like, and we have chosen your mate, and he is in the next room. And she walked in and she saw him there, and he was pretending to be cut up. It's so sick. It's so disturbing.
It's super twisted.
It was well thought out by him.
Yeah.
Figuring out time he had to put into
the minutia, the fine minutia.
Yes, but if it was in New Jersey or New York City or California, I don't think this guy would have got away with this. It would have went to when he went to Mexico and when he had to come back, and it would have been over. He'd have been in jail. Things would have been done.
Yeah.
But when he got back,
in a movie by then.
Yeah,
We're only halfway in a movie by then, and that should have been it.
but when
That should have been it.
so he originally, when he got called when the Mexican police said we got him, he told the family, he was like, well, yeah, the Mexican police are calling you because they say we have to get married if you want me to come home. If you want her to come home, we have to get married. And that's how he pitched it. Not like, I have to marry her. He said the Mexican authorities say that if you want her back, she has to be married to me to come back home.
Yeah.
So he's still working it. He's still working
Yeah,
it.
he's still like, no, this is legit. This is
totally
legitimate. This is
jammed, and
happening.
he's working it.
He's caught dead to rights, and in his mind he's like, all right, how can I
get away with it?
still
Keep
keep
it
this
rolling.
going? Right,
And
right.
it worked.
Yep.
It worked.
It did.
It wouldn't have worked. Oh man, freaking crazy. All right, so then he gets back.
I think it was a perfect alignment of the planets too. I don't know. He's done this to other young children as well. What are their stories? Did they have a moment where he went too far, the parents recognized it and cut it off? Or
Yeah.
are there other stories of it? It's continuous. He got caught. He talked his way out. He got caught again. He talked his way out.
What are the
I'd be curious
chances you
what-
get away with it over and over and over and
Oh,
over?
yeah.
What are the
How many times
chances?
are you going to go to the same well? How
I'd
many
like
times
to
are you gonna go
see.
the same well?
I'd like to see an episode on each of those 6 women who say,
Right.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be a good. That would be a good series if you just
A
added.
good reunion,
Yes.
Tiger
A
King
good
reunion episode.
exactly.
Right.
Is that out yet? By the way, is the Tiger King reunion out
I
yet?
think it was. I haven't
haven't
seen it, but I
watched it
think
yet.
it was. I've read about it.
All right. So something else they don't tell you in the documentary is that when he got back from Mexico after the kidnapping, his wife filed for divorce.
Okay.
So he wasn't with his wife through all this. Like
He was
parts
the
of
only
it, he
saint one of
was.
the group.
Interesting. Interesting.
But let me ask you, Mike, and this is on that same time frame. Isn't his wife the one that came over to the house and made them sign the documents to not press charges?
Oh yeah. So
So-
when he came back, they had I think it was his brother.
Oh, because I
Well,
thought
the
his wife.
brother
I
said
literally.
The brother knew
brother
he was a
said he
pedophile
had-
from the beginning.
No. Oh, sure.
Since he
Yeah.
was like 14 years old. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did, but he said he could sell a car like no other
Yeah.
nobody else.
He had some
Clearly,
redeeming qualities.
he wasn't wrong.
I'm down in Middletown. I'll sell these
Is
cars.
Yeah.
I'll sell these
I'm
cars.
still an Eskimo.
Oh, Jerry Shortle is back. Jerry Shortle is in. He goes, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late." See, Jerry is one of those. So Bill Keller made me switch to 7 p.m. What do we think? Is 7 p.m. a better hour? Guys, comment on this. Bill is obviously going to say yes. Go ahead.
It's
I
an hour
have
before
to
my
do-
bedtime.
I have. Where am I going?
Yeah, right. What am I doing?
Bill is old. And I
I
think
just-
he
I'm
sleeps
not-
by 9.
I'm
No.
not a sleeper by 8. Yeah, I'm
So
half in the
does
back.
BK.
The hot tub is warmest at 6. The hot tub is warmest at 6.
All right, so I guess I'll consider moving the show to 7 if that's what people want. If that's what they want, I'll give the people. Let them eat cake. Let them
People
eat
what they
cake.
want.
All right, so she filed for divorce after the kidnapping. Then he blackmailed them into signing an affidavit. He pretty much was like, I'm going to say that you did what you did, and you did what you did, talking to both the parents with me.
Yeah.
If you don't say that I was in Mexico under your supervision and you just forgot that I told you
Yeah.
that
And
I was
I'll
going
tell you what,
away
that
with her.
federal agent was pissed. That
Oh,
federal
yeah.
agent was
I want to
really
talk. I
pissed.
want to talk about him. I want to do a segment on him, but we'll
Dead
get
to
there
rights.
once it's all done. Oh yeah,
Dead to rights.
he had him dead to rights, and then they
Yeah.
signed an affidavit. So FBI dropped the case, not dropped the case, but dumbed it down because they didn't have the affidavit because they had that affidavit. Then this wasn't in the documentary either. 4 days after signing the affidavit, they retracted it.
Oh.
So I don't know if the FBI didn't know that they retracted the affidavit, but apparently it happened. It was retracted, but maybe the defense had, well, we have an affidavit saying, and it was retracted, but so-and-so. Bill says, yes, go with 7 p.m., and I'm out cold drunk by 9 p.m. So
Yeah.
we might have to have an episode with Bill and just get him in
Cool.
here, tell him we're doing something, be like, Bill, I think you got a problem, buddy.
So it's an intervention, an
It's-
online
yeah,
intervention.
An online
episode.
Bill intervention. The first
A
the first Bill intervention. All right, so they retracted the
intervention.
affidavit.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so
Now-
then he went to jail. Then he had to move away. So I think he got divorced. He moved away to California or somewhere.
Well, that's where
Salt Lake
he went to
City.
sell
I don't know.
cards with his brother.
He went to sell cards with his brother. And
Yeah.
then he started sending her messages in school as the
Yeah.
alien. Like,
Right.
like, be at this payphone at 4 p.m. and you'll receive a call. And she would go to the call. The alien would be like, oh, you have to do so-and-so.
But it was like passing notes. They were like somehow like getting
Yeah,
the
like,
other kids
I don't
to
know.
pass
But
the
maybe that's what
pass
she
the notes.
remembers. But maybe he called the administration, said, I'm her father.
Yeah.
Don't tell her it's from me, but tell her that she has to be at the payphone at 4 p.m. because I'm going to come pick her up there or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
He was
Again,
manipulative
Podunk Town
genius.
full effect.
Yeah.
Now does Michael does he have the mobile home yet?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
the mom
Yeah,
goes
he's had the mobile
the-
home. He had the mobile
so,
home in
so
Mexico.
he had a mobile home, and the mom goes over there and hooks up with him again.
Oh no, we're getting there. That hasn't even happened
okay,
yet.
that's
Yeah.
not okay. I'll let you say no
So
more.
then
Yep.
Yeah. So then after he has her do the payphone stuff, in the spring of 1975, he's carrying on a relationship with the mom still. After he's gone to Mexico, he's come back. He gets the mom again. He convinces her to like have an intimate relationship with him. And then
he's so great.
yeah.
Hot.
Oh, and it lasts for months. And it lasts for months, apparently. 8 months.
Okay.
And then he finally got charged. He pled guilty to a felony, and he got sentenced to 45 days, only served 10.
Okay. So
That's
here's
chump
where the
change.
story here's where the story
Chump
turns
change.
for me big time.
Yeah.
Big time. This is where the story changes for me. Is the mom, so any one of us, Mike, you're about to be a parent. Steve and Dangler, you guys are parents. Everybody's watching. A lot of you guys are parents. There is not one person in this world that I know, and I don't care how stupid you are, what podunk town you live in, that would go and have sex with the person who kidnapped their daughter and took her to Mexico.
Yeah.
That's where
Right.
the mom in my book, I just said, I'm done with her.
No,
I
it's
don't
the
know
parents.
if
It's the
she's
parents.
I'm done.
He-
Yeah.
He must have
That's
been
what the parents-
amazing. I don't know.
Yeah. She
He's
starts banging the
effervescent.
guy that
He
stole
was
her daughter.
effervescent.
He was effervescent. He was effervescent.
He was no beefsteak tomato.
Beefsteak tomato.
All right, so he served 10 days in prison. All right. Then he served time in prison. She ended the relationship. The mom was like, I'm done. This is it. And then the girl was like, I want to go work on his amusement park. He opened up an amusement park.
This is the absolute final blow.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, no,
Absolute.
hasn't it already been the final blow? Like, haven't we
Yes,
passed
and that's
it?
why
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's amazing, this story.
Hit it, Mike.
All right, so the girl, Jan, the little girl, is like, I want to go work at his amusement park. And the mom is like, no, you can't go work at that amusement park. She's 13. She's 13.
Yeah.
And then she's like, if you don't let me, I'm going to run away. And she's like, all right.
I'll
You
buy
got
a
me.
ticket.
Okay.
You
Go
got
to
me.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Yeah.
Ed.
It's like, all right,
That's it.
go
She's
work on
a
the guy who
child.
kidnapped you.
To go work at a wannabe action park. What
But
a
at
piece
this
of crap.
point, at this
Family
point,
Fun Center.
all right, but to be a parent at this point, you have to think that he has never done anything illicit with your daughter.
Previously. Right.
But
Like,
she knew.
he convinced them so much that he was squeaky clean, and they wanted to believe it so bad that he was able to. It's naivety.
It's mind-boggling. dude.
It's
But-
mind-boggling.
But the
I
dad
think you're
did say, the father did say, I didn't agree with
The father didn't
my
agree
wife.
with it, and
I
the
didn't
mother
think it was
did
a good idea.
And the mother did it. Steve, what were you going to say?
I go,
What I'm saying, like, I think we're giving too much credit to this guy, and that really the blame falls on the parents. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Yes.
absolutely crazy.
Yeah, we're giving him too
Yeah.
much credit,
Very
and it's
first
totally the
time.
parents' fault.
Right, the very, very first time, perhaps, maybe you can explain away
Yeah.
Mormons, Midwest, naive, okay, fine. Once bitten, twice shy, but, I mean,
Yeah.
after all this, and this guy has also had an affair with your wife,
Yeah.
had sexual relations with the father.
Oh, fuck.
I don't understand. I don't understand how these parents could.
mind-boggling.
How did they get
It's
them to do
mind-boggling.
this?
That's
How
why
did
we
they get
watch
them
it.
to actually appear on camera and
Yeah.
talk about this?
Because
How did they do that?
because they've been talking about it and advocates for it for the last 20 years or something. So like they went public. All right, so she's 13, she works in his ranch or works in his amusement park. Then she comes home. They're like, "No, that's it. No more." And then
We're cutting it off now.
Yeah, that's it.
We're cutting
Yeah.
it off.
We've had
That's
enough.
Listen,
We've had
I,
enough.
I know you want to
Everything
wank
else
off.
is okay.
I know you want to wank off Uncle Joe, but it ain't happening.
It was okay up to that point, but that's it.
That's it.
They're like,
Maybe-
it's gone too far. It's gone
All right,
too
maybe you
far.
can give Grandpappy a handy, and then that's it. Then we're done. After that, we're done. Where?
And we're out. I'm out.
All right, then she gets kidnapped for the second time, pretend runs away, gets in his car. He enrolls her in a Catholic school in Pasadena, California.
Bizarre.
Tells the nuns that he works for the CIA and her mother died. The nuns say, "Oh, okay, CIA, sure." Take her in.
Sold.
And he lives close enough that he can drive to her every weekend. But the parents think she ran away. She's telling the parents through written letters that she ran away and she's doing whatever. He is pretending. His phone is tapped.
Yes.
He is pretending that he doesn't know where she is, but every weekend he's going to visit her in Pasadena.
Yes.
And the FBI is listening to all this.
So let's talk about this part too. Here's a little side note. Did you guys listen to the recorded phone calls when Jan would call her house?
Yes.
Okay, after she had been abducted, and her family was like, they're like, "Oh, is that Jan? Tell her I said hello."
Yeah.
And then they're like, what the hell is going on? Like, can I speak with her? Sure. Hi, how are you, honey? Well, I'm good.
Yeah.
It was mind-boggling.
No, she calls
the discussion.
She calls in. I think the mom's name is Karen or something. She's like, "Karen?" Yeah. And she's like, "Jan? Jan? Yeah. Oh, Jan. Jenny. Yeah. Jenny, are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. I just wanted to call and send you my love." It's like, oh, what?
What the hell's going on? They're like,
and then the father is driving in. He's in the driveway as this phone is happening. He goes, "Who's on the phone?" "Jan." "Is that Jan? Jan, are you okay? Jan, are you all right?" Oh.
And they're like, "Are you coming home, honey?
Are you coming home?
Say hello."
We'd love to see it. We'd love to see it at home.
Are you done banging that old man? No? All right.
I mean, how can you be so sickened by something so ridiculous?
Sickened.
But you're laughing at it because it's insane.
It's absolutely
insane.
And it is. And you know, Jan Broberg knows at this point in her life, she's an actress, accomplished actress. She's somebody who's gone through all this crap. She knows, like, it's insanity.
Yeah,
but
she knows.
It actually exists. It happened.
I guess also, though, you hear, just like with this quarantine, you kind of reacclimate to a new normal. Yeah. Like maybe that was, it wasn't odd to them in that moment in time. I do find myself trying to explain away the obvious, but it still just burns me about these parents. It just makes my blood boil when I think about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating to watch as a parent.
Right.
It was
absolutely. Every parent should watch this movie.
Well, okay, so that's why Matt Ham isn't here today. So Matt Ham got partially through it.
Oh, he just got completely...
Had to turn it off and was like, "I can't." He was like, "I can't do it anymore." And I bet that's a lot of people.
God bless you, man. I was ready to shut it off myself.
I think it took me 2 watches. I don't think I did the hour and a half in an hour and a half. I think I stopped after a while and was like, I got to go to sleep. Like, what is this?
Yeah. You're right, Mike. You're right. It was only an hour and a half. It's funny because I rewatched it because I had watched it when it first came out.
No, it's an hour and a half, but it feels like it could be a 4-episode arc.
Oh, absolutely.
I had to do it in 2 parts. You're right, because it was too much for me to digest in my head. I couldn't comprehend everything.
You can't. You're like, why am I watching this? These people are so stupid. This did not happen. This is total BS.
Exactly.
This is fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. Absolutely.
Michael, here's a question to you. Could this happen in 2020? Could something like that happen?
100%. Absolutely. I think
really?
You think so? Absolutely.
Where could that happen? Do you think it would have to be
Podunk Island?
Okay, all right.
So
I don't think it could happen if it happened just like this. If this guy was stupid enough, but these people are calculated, man. Like, this is happening today, not to the extent of getting excommunicated from your Mormon church because of it, because they know based on this documentary alone, they can't go this far with it. They can't build a wall between the girl's house. This is happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think it's probably happening unfortunately, probably religious situations. There's probably like these polygamists that have multiple wives, and they're always these like weird young girls.
But I don't think it has to be religious. So I think it's ideological. I don't think it has to necessarily be religious, because there are ideologies that are not religion that people might be like we'll just throw this out there, the Hollywood ideology. Oh, my son is going to be famous because he's going to go hang out with this producer. And it's like, all right, from the outside, everyone knows that that something illicit is happening here with this producer or this Michael Jackson. And I don't know if the Michael Jackson stuff is real or not. Maybe we should do a Finding Neverland episode. Holy smokes.
That would be the next one. I was just thinking that, Mike.
All right.
That's it.
I can't even go there. It's just...
we got to, Timmy, we got to. I think our next episode is Finding Neverland.
With the pedophilia.
but how can you?
But listen to it.
How can you form an opinion?
No, all this pedophilia stuff is coming to light now. It's all coming to a head. Like, there's stuff that's been going around forever between Hollywood and Roman Polanski and all this other stuff that is coming to a head at this point. And like, this is the time to talk about it, because we have to make people aware that this is going on, and people are very, very cunning in what they're doing to do this to human beings. Like, I'm okay with talking about it.
The common denominator in all these stories are that the parents are messed up. They don't.
Okay, you're right.
You're right. These red flags. That is the commonality between every one of these stories. Is that these naive parents do not have a clue about what's going on in their kids' lives.
But they're blinded by something, and what I was saying is it's not always religion.
They want to be
ideology.
Yeah.
They're.
When I say religion, I don't mean like pointing at a specific religion, just spirituality. Like the guy in Waco, David.
Scientology, dude. Scientology and what that does. Oh my gosh, it's insane.
Battlefield Earth.
But but it's an ideology. A lot of times, there are ideologies hidden inside of religions.
But everyone puts someone on this pedestal. It's like this deity type person.
Yes.
It's a famous person. It's a guy that says he talks to God. Like it's always like this person in power that's up on this pedestal that everybody wants to get close to. How bad they want to get close to, they'll sacrifice their kids' well-being just to get close to
it. It is still happening. It is still happening.
But was B that deity for the parents? Was he for the mom?
He's the suave, out-of-town guy that came in and, had his cool car and fancy tomato.
Beefsteak tomato.
He's a beefsteak tomato.
They're eating those hot house garbage tomatoes, and he comes in with a juicy beefsteak. Woo!
All right, I'm gonna keep going with this story. Oh my gosh, I looked at the clock a minute ago and it was 15 minutes. We're at like 37 minutes right now. That's awesome. All right, so he gets arrested. The FBI find out that Jan is at this Catholic school. They get her. They find him. He goes to jail. While he's in jail, he gets two guys in jail to firebomb her father's restaurant.
Right.
This poor guy, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you know what? And
his flower shop.
Yes.
Cooked.
And his flower shop cooked. And then he but because he did that, because he did like that stroke of evil, like going as far as to like hurt someone else, because she was there with her father watching the business burn, and he had his 3 daughters and his wife in his arms, and he said, let it burn, I have all I need right here.
Yeah.
Right.
And that expression of love made her realize,
absolutely,
like, oh my gosh, what's been going on might be wrong.
Yeah. But it did take her until her 16th birthday, didn't it, Mike? Like, to literally, she was afraid on her 16th birthday she was going to be.
So he had those guys burn down the place, never got pinned on him.
Right.
He got, like, the charges, go all the time. He got sent to the loony bin for what happened there. He got sent to the loony bin. When you get sent to the loony bin, it's an undisclosed amount of time. It's like, all right, you're going to loony bin until you're okay. It took 6 months for them to be like, he's fine.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's
6
crazy.
months, and they were like, all right, no, he's good. You can
He's
send him
fine.
out. He's
He'll
good.
be all right.
So he got out in 6 months. Then the turning point for her, she was like, I want to go to drama camp. And they were like, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I won't let that kid out of my sight. They're
Dude,
crazy.
like what if he was like, hey, we're going to say that there's a drama camp and you really want to go to this
Yeah.
drama camp.
Absolutely.
But anyway, they let her go to drama camp. Good thing
Yeah.
they did, because
Absolutely.
it was a good thing they did because she got to meet someone else. She met a boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was thinking in her head like, oh my gosh, the aliens are going to know I'm with this boy. And if the aliens know I'm with this
Yeah.
boy, everything's going to go bad. So
Yeah.
I think she like kissed the boy.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happened, even though she stopped kissing the boy. And she was like, oh, nothing bad happened. I guess we're all right. Like, I guess we're out
Yeah.
of this. And then she realized, she went to her family. She told her family and they were like, this is not right. Like what you
Yeah.
heard about the aliens, he was lying to you. And she finally realized, I've been being lied to this whole time.
Did anybody
Yeah.
else know about the alien story other than Jan?
No,
Was this
at
like
that
common
point-
knowledge?
At that point, she had been threatened under violence. So she was threatened that if she didn't do it, it would be her sister. So her
Gotcha.
love for her
Brutal.
sister and her love for her family, because her
Brutal.
father wasn't her father. Her father, her mother was her mother, but her father was Zeta and Zethra or whatever.
Yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
believed
I mean, there's no
this to her
blame.
core.
There's no blame on her.
Oh no, not at all.
No.
No.
But I just didn't know if anybody else knew the alien story, or was it just B and Jan?
No one knew it, but
No.
it had been used either previously or after this with others
So-
of the 6 victims that we know about.
Oh,
And so
gotcha. Okay.
if you remember too, in that Mexican jail, the first time that he took her, he gave his ring away to one of the guards and had Jan come down before her parents came down and picked her up out of that Mexican jail. And he
Yes.
said to her, he said, there are 3 things that I'm going to tell you,
Oh,
3
yeah.
or 4. I forget what it was.
Yes.
One of them was you can never ever tell anybody about the aliens, or that's what happened. Like your sister's eyes will get
Your sister.
burned out. Something happens to
what a
sister.
It was for her
So
sister,
What a
That's
bastard.
what.
dude.
That's why she never told anybody about the alien story until way later in her life. That was like she believed it up till 16. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So bizarre. The dad.
So
dad.
Jerry
Oh
Shortle
my God.
comments, how many times can you say WTF during a movie?
Well,
That was
listen.
insane.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, that movie should have been called WTF.
Yes. I remember, Steve,
I
I
agree.
remember sitting, we were at our standing desks and you and I
Yeah.
were together and I think, I forget, you told me to watch this or I watched this and I told you and Tommy, I was like, we got to watch this.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, it should be called WTF, the
Yeah.
movie. Because really, it's just
Every
bizarre.
turn.
is going
And-
on.
Yeah. Every turn it just got cranked up higher and higher. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was.
I
All right,
didn't know
so 6 victims have come forward since then. So also, the father passed away in 2018.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
I
I
haven't
didn't know
watched it in a while. I
Yes.
don't remember.
No, I know.
Okay.
So it
When
came
did it
out in
come out?
2018. I don't know if it came out
Ooh.
before or after he died.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
Because
It's released in 2018, and he passed away the same year.
in the same year. So I don't know, and someone
Oh.
can check me on this because I've done some research. I haven't gone into when he died and when it aired, but did he die from shame?
What's the cause of death?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like
No,
was
dude.
he watching it and being like, "Oh my god," and like sunk into something, and then just
Holy man, I
don't
could
know.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like,
Did you?
dude,
Because you
if
cringed
that
in your seat
happened
when you
to
watched.
me, yeah, no, you cringe
You
in your seat.
cringe, dude. When you
Well,
watch that part.
I wanted to punch the guy in the face. Like I wanted
Oh
to kill
my
him.
God.
I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only person that felt that way. He
Oh,
must have
yeah.
probably got wind of that negative,
Oh, my God.
negative. Yeah.
It couldn't have helped. It could not have helped. him.
Oh no, it couldn't have helped. No,
No.
there's no help.
I mean, he looked like a dumbass, a real dumbass.
Yes. Totally.
So he passed away in 2018. I want to find out if it was like after this released, because I don't remember doing. I remember researching it after it happened, looking up her name, and I didn't see anything about father passed away.
Right.
Because
I would say
go ahead, Tommy.
The one thing I was thinking of is I wasn't convinced, and I'm still not convinced, that if that guy, if Berchtold, if he's still alive now, I forget, but
No, he killed himself. We'll get there.
Oh, he killed himself, right? But if he was still alive today and then went to the mom right now in 2020 and started messing around with her, I still think she would mess around with him again. That's what I thought of the mother. I think disturbed me more than anything. I mean, the thing with the father was really disturbing, but the mother was super disturbing in the fact that she went back to this dude many times.
And over again.
Yeah. I
but
still
then
think
does that I'm speculating and I shouldn't do this, but does that say that she wasn't getting what she needed from her husband? Like, she wasn't getting what she needed from her husband. That's why I know Steve's laughing, but that's why I think maybe he was gay. Like, maybe he didn't have an attraction to the opposite sex. And
that's all true. If you're the mom, you still.
I'd like to hear his life story. Like, I'd like to get an hour and a half on his upbringing. I would be very interested to hearing that, because maybe, I don't know. I'd be interested in hearing that.
It's bizarre that you could make 4 more documentaries from this one.
Yep,
it's that.
All right, so let's talk about the FBI agent. What the heck was that dude thinking when the family signed an affidavit?
Oh,
when the family signed an affidavit saying that
it would have ended right there.
Yeah,
the
whole thing would have been done.
There.
The whole thing would have been done.
There was no internet. He wouldn't have been able to release that him and the dad were doing whatever, and him and the mom. That wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Like, that wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Like, in 1972, he couldn't have posted it on Facebook.
No, it would have been done.
Who would have known?
It would have been done.
It would have just been like, he's a criminal and a liar. That's it. That would have been over.
Yeah. And if he never signed that affidavit, if they never signed that affidavit,
yeah, he'd be in jail.
He'd be in jail. Yeah, no, he'd be in jail for kidnapping of a minor.
Right. At least till she was 18 or 20, and then she would have never.
I could say, with knowing what I know about the legal system right now, he would have done 8 years for kidnapping. He probably would have done 8 years at that time period, maybe 8 years. And all right, so 8 years. 20. They'd have been out of that time period where she would have had enough life experience to know that what happened to me wasn't real. I know it wasn't real, and here's why it wasn't real. But the fact that he kept interjecting, saying like, "No, this is happening."
Yeah. But he did, Mike. I forget the timeline. He did. You're right. They built that wall, and he was sleeping with her. But I think too, he appeared in her room a bunch of times after he had already abducted her. He was allowed to go down in her room and lay in her bed with her.
Yes, that's the part. I think he was allowed to be with them. The parents.
Yeah.
Could not
he was allowed to sleep in the bed with her, though.
But it's like they couldn't believe that people were that bad. Like, they didn't believe that people could be that evil.
Yeah. And I get.
And they were like, no, there's an innocent explanation for all this. There's an innocent explanation. And then just believing blindly that no matter what the facts say, there's an innocent explanation for this.
I know. It's just crazy. It's insane. Insane.
All right. So there is a podcast spinoff of the documentary. So I think if you Google obsessed with abducted in plain sight, there's like a podcast spinoff that goes, I think, into deeper depth. I haven't done it yet, but it's called Obsessed with Abducted in Plain Sight. You can get a whole podcast about it.
We'll send that to Ham. We'll send it over to Matt Ham.
Oh man. Yo, and I'm totally down for having more than 4 people in a discussion. I think that would be great. All right. What do we want to talk about? Do we want to do this again next week? What do we feel?
Sure. Yeah, I'm down.
I'll do it. I have no idea how many viewers we
need to get Matt Ham involved. Get Ham in.
No, Ham offers nothing to the conversation. Prove me wrong, Ham.
But he dresses mentally brutalized by it. So
all right.
What's his opinion?
Bill says that he's still watching and he's partially sober. So should we let's get Bill involved in one of these?
Let's get Bill from the hot tub.
What can we talk? What can we talk about that Bill will be interested in? Woodwork.
pH balance on his pool? Is it too alkaline? I don't know.
Yeah, let's talk. All right, so Bill, we're gonna talk about all the construction you've done to your home.
Yes. Yes.
What
How
else
many
is there?
steams on propane to heat that thing?
There's nothing else
Oh,
to do.
man.
what are we doing with our
Bill
lives?
had the original security cameras. He had cameras in his house for
No,
anybody.
Bill's had security cameras on every corner of his home since like
Yeah.
2006. Like
Yeah,
since
before
before
anybody
anyone had video security
True.
systems.
Let's
All
talk
right,
We
about how
could
he
do
got
a 10-camera shoot. That'd be great.
Yeah, we
A
should do it.
10-camera shoot.
We should
from
all
BK
stand.
J's.
Yes.
We all stand in front of one of Bill's cameras.
Oh wait, Tim,
That's it.
let me find. I gotta find that.
He has taps back there. I want to get back at those taps.
No, Tim, you
Oh, yes,
emailed me the ad for Bill's place.
BK and J.
BK and J. All right, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna read it right now.
Well, no, we put it on the next show.
Oh, next show. All right. Tim wants to work on it. I can't do it. Tim wants to work on it.
Maybe I want to add some music to it, and I am the chief marketing officer.
Gee, Bert, when am I getting a T-shirt? By the way, I want a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I'll wear it proudly.
Some T-shirts.
I'll
They
take
might
a
be tainted
T-shirt
with the COVID, but I'll get you a T-shirt.
and I'll take a
Sure.
T-shirt for Bippies too.
Bippies. Yep. Beautiful.
Coolman's Moomin.
Moomin's
Mhm.
Coomin. Oh,
Moomin.
dude,
Moomin.
should we just
I
print a
think
line of
Moomin fell
T-shirts?
asleep like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, absolutely. Let me talk to Farabuck. Let's print a line of T-shirts and let's everyone get a brand.
Flower Bach needs to make some T-shirts.
Everyone
for us.
gets a brand. Oh, Timmy. I definitely told Tommy. Tommy, I told you my joke about Betsy and Tui. Remember? All right, we were in Austin, Texas.
Tui.
And
Okay.
I said, I have this epic Tui and Betsy joke. I was like, I have this epic joke. I never told anyone my joke except you, Tommy. Do you remember?
I do, but you know what's so funny? Because I'm so absent-minded.
It wasn't good
Like,
enough
I
for you to
remember
remember
told
the
me, I don't remember what
punchline.
it
I
was.
know.
I don't remember it.
But we
It's nothing to do with the tiger shark, is it?
That means it's not funny.
No,
Okay,
yeah,
lay
it means it probably
lay
wasn't
on
funny.
us. Lay it on
I'm
us,
gonna
brother.
make this joke funny. This is a funny
Go
joke.
ahead. Go
And
ahead.
no, I'm
Hit
not
it.
gonna make it now. No. I gotta workshop this.
Did I laugh?
No, I need to have Tui on here, so Tui has to come on next week.
Oh, we gotta get to it.
I need Tui, I need Betsy, and I need Jer. And Tommy, you were there too. So I think we have to have like a whole shebang-a-bang.
Brady Bunch. A Brady Bunch.
Yeah, we need a Brady Bunch to tell this stupid joke that I came up with 4 or 5 years ago.
I do remember this.
You're not going to lay it on us.
No,
I
not
know.
right now.
That'll get you next
What a
week. That'll
cliffhanger.
get us next week. You
I-
want
Yo,
a hot
oh,
I heard
tune
it.
in next week.
I-
I'll workshop this. Yeah,
There you go.
Tommy and Jer are the only people who have heard it. So how about this? I'm
Yeah.
going to start a text conversation with Tommy and Jer, and we're going to come up with the perfect wording of this joke. And it won't land. It won't land. It will crash and burn.
Even better. Even
I
better.
built it up so much that it's never going to land. But you know what? It'll be funny because no one watches my show. No one watches this. At least for us, in 30 years, we go,
Well,
"Hey,
we watch it.
remember when DePrima was an idiot?"
50% of your audience are people about what this joke is about, right? It's
Yeah.
me,
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
half your audience.
You're
It's
right.
an internal
100%.
show. It's internal.
It's an
hard.
internal joke. Most of my audience is either family, church-related people, or the people I work with. And I gotta say, there's church and there's work. And as much as I would like them to intersect, my work is
Those two
very
films
secular.
should not be.
My work is
They
very
should not be.
secular.
That's true.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We're going to end it here at 54 minutes.
Wow.
Thanks for being here. What are we doing next week? What are we going to do? Finding Neverland? Or it's Steve. Steve, you tell me. What's going to
No.
play best? Steve has been
I
a
just
producer.
Like, can we
All right,
move
no,
on?
Steve.
I mean,
Yes, Steve. Pick the topic. Come on, pick the
All
topic.
right,
What are we going to do?
I will. Well, let's give it a little. Let's give it a little thought.
Yeah.
And
While
we'll
you're
come back.
workshopping,
Yeah. All right.
up with why don't you? Is there a polling feature? Maybe our vast audience would like
No,
to hear.
I haven't incorporated Slido
say.
yet, but I mean, it's just us. It's just us. What do we want to talk about? I mean, I don't have a following. What do we want to talk about?
Let's talk about banging kids. All right.
No, let's pick something else. You want to talk about a movie? Let's just talk about a movie. So
Dumb.
I
Something
watched.
dumb.
How about this? I watched Under the Silver Lake for the first time. Under the
It
Silver
follows,
Lake.
dude. He's great. Yeah.
So the guy who directed It Follows, if you haven't seen It Follows, watch It Follows. But Under the Silver Lake, it's got everything. It's got everything we're talking about.
Wow.
And of course, it got bad reviews.
Oh, of course it got
You
bad
know,
reviews.
right.
And it was made
So,
right before Weinstein. Right before Weinstein.
Uh,
Or right after Weinstein and right before Epstein. Sorry about the Steens.
More pedophiles.
Not
More
saying
pedophiles.
anything.
Oh,
Sorry
same.
about the Steens. The Philistines.
Pedophilia.
So, all right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Under the Silver Lake. I'll get all you guys a copy of it. I'll pay for your subscription.
but you got to watch
to
It Follows, and then
No,
Under the
let's
Silver-
do Under the Silver.
okay.
Let's do Under the Silver Lake. It's just Under the Silver Lake exclusive. It's
Okay.
going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it.
Under the Silver Lake. All right.
I'll send you all links.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Good deal.
Thanks,
Audience, watch Under the Silver Lake. Guys, thank you so much. I'm just gonna end the broadcast with us on it together. I don't know how to do that yet. Oh, there's a finish button. So I'm gonna press the finish button and we'll just
There you
count
go.
until it ends.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you guys. God
Thanks,
bless.
Mike. Thanks, Robin. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Finish.